A seismic shift is underway. Turkey, long a NATO pillar and EU hopeful, is now eyeing the BRICS bloc. This move signals a dramatic rethinking of its place in the world, as Ankara weighs its options between East and West. For decades, Turkey's identity was anchored in its Western alliances, but now the winds of change are blowing. After years of stalled EU talks and growing frustration with Western partners, Turkey is turning east, seeking new alliances with rising powers like China and Russia. The country's leadership is actively exploring opportunities that could redefine its economic and political future, looking for partners who respect its ambitions and offer tangible benefits. This isn't just a diplomatic shuffle, it's a bold challenge to the Western-led order that has dominated global politics for decades. Turkey's pivot is sending ripples through international corridors of power, raising questions about the future of alliances and the balance of influence. With the second-largest army in NATO and a strategic crossroads location bridging Europe and Asia, Turkey's pivot could reshape global alliances. Its control over key trade routes and military strength make its decisions crucial for both regional and global stability. Why is a key Western ally seeking new partners? Is it about economic opportunity, political autonomy, or a deeper sense of national pride? Turkey's motivations are complex, rooted in both history and the shifting realities of today's world. What does BRICS offer that the West doesn't? For Turkey, BRICS represents not just new markets and investment, but also a chance to have a stronger voice in shaping global rules, something it has long sought within Western institutions. The world is watching Ankara's next move, as frustration and ambition collide in a rapidly changing global order. Every decision Turkey makes now is scrutinized by allies and rivals alike, with the potential to shift the balance of power. We'll break down why Turkey is making this turn, the obstacles ahead, and what it means for the world. From economic pressures to security concerns, the stakes are high for Turkey and its partners. This is more than a headline. It's a sign that the old world order is fading and a new one is emerging. As Turkey steps onto this new path, the world holds its breath. Let's dive in. Turkey's EU journey began in 1987, but after decades of reforms and waiting, the door remains closed. Human rights concerns, economic worries, and cultural differences have all been cited as reasons for delay. For Turkey, these feel like endless excuses and broken promises. The EU's offer of special partnership instead of full membership was seen as an insult. Frustration has grown, pushing Turkey to seek alternatives. President Erdogan and his government now openly question the value of waiting for Europe. In 2025, Turkey's foreign minister declared the EU process dead, signaling a search for new alliances. The dream of joining Europe was about more than economics. It was about belonging to a modern, democratic club. As that dream fades, pragmatism takes over. If the West's door is closed, Turkey will find another. That search has led straight to BRICS. BRICS began as an economic forum for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and later South Africa. These 5 countries came together in the late 2000s, united by a shared vision to amplify their voices on the world stage and promote economic cooperation outside of traditional Western alliances. Recently, it's expanded. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE, and Indonesia joined, making BRICS a 10-nation powerhouse. This expansion signals a growing desire among emerging economies to collaborate and shape global policies together, rather than follow the lead of established powers. The bloc now represents 45% of the world's population, spanning multiple continents and cultures. That's nearly half of humanity, living in countries with rapidly growing cities, diverse societies, and huge economic potential. Together, BRICS nations account for over a third of the global economy. Their combined economic output rivals that of the G7, and their influence is only expected to grow as more countries express interest in joining. BRICS is evolving from an economic club to a political force, challenging Western dominance. Its members are increasingly coordinating on issues like trade, technology, and even security, seeking to create a more balanced world order. Members are discussing new payment systems that could make cross-border trade easier and less dependent on Western-controlled networks. They're even exploring the creation of a reserve currency to rival the US dollar, aiming to give member countries more financial independence and stability. For Turkey, BRICS offers access to vast markets and influence, without the political strings of the EU. It's a chance to diversify partnerships and boost trade with some of the world's fastest-growing economies. It's a platform for countries who feel sidelined by the West, providing a space to voice their interests and collaborate on equal footing. Membership means a seat at the table where new global rules are being written, and where emerging powers can help shape the future of international relations. For Ankara, it's a chance to be a rule maker, not just a rule taker. Turkey can help set the agenda, rather than simply reacting to decisions made elsewhere. The appeal is clear. BRICS is rewriting the script of global power. As the world's balance shifts, Turkey wants in on shaping what comes next. Joining BRICS isn't easy. Every member must agree, and India is firmly opposed. For Turkey, this is more than just a diplomatic hurdle. It's a test of its global ambitions and its ability to navigate a complex web of alliances. Tensions between Turkey and India have soared, fueled by Turkey's close ties to Pakistan and allegations of military support. These disputes have spilled over into the international arena, making cooperation within BRICS even more complicated. India has retaliated economically, blocking Turkish businesses and ending key deals. The economic fallout has been significant, with Turkish companies losing access to one of the world's largest markets, and diplomatic relations growing colder by the day. China and India also worry about Turkey's NATO membership. Can Ankara truly align with BRICS while tied to the West? The question lingers. Is Turkey ready to shift its loyalties, or will its Western commitments always hold it back? BRICS offered Turkey partner country status, but Ankara wants full membership, not a consolation prize. Turkish leaders see this as a matter of national pride and strategic importance, hoping to gain a stronger voice in shaping the global order. The dilemma: Turkey's strategic ties to NATO make it a controversial candidate for a bloc challenging Western dominance. Some BRICS members fear that Turkey could act as a bridge for Western influence, undermining the group's goals. For now, Turkey's BRICS dream is stalled by deep political rivalries and questions of loyalty. The frustration is palpable in Ankara, as leaders debate whether to compromise or stand firm. Ankara faces a choice: accept a lesser role or keep pushing for full membership. Each path carries risks, from alienating Western allies to missing out on new opportunities in the East. The path forward is uncertain, but the stakes are high. Turkey's decision could reshape its foreign policy for decades, influencing its economy, security, and global standing. Turkey's next move could redefine its place in the world. The world is watching to see whether Ankara will pivot east, remain anchored in the West, or try to balance both. The chessboard is set, but the game is far from over. Every move Turkey makes will echo across continents, shaping the future of global alliances. Turkey's NATO membership is both its strength and its stumbling block, shaping its global role. As NATO's second-largest military, Turkey is vital to the alliance, but that makes BRICS wary of its intentions. How can Ankara join a bloc with Russia and China while still bound to NATO's defense pact and obligations? BRICS members fear Turkey could be a Western insider within their group. NATO, meanwhile, fears Turkey is drifting away from its core values. Past actions, like buying Russian weapons, have already strained Turkey's Western ties and trust. A BRICS move would raise questions about Turkey's reliability and could fracture NATO unity further. Turkey is caught between two worlds, trying to maximize its leverage. But the balancing act is risky and delicate. Sooner or later, Ankara may have to choose a side in this global power struggle. The return of Donald Trump to the White House in 2025 has raised the stakes. The Trump administration sees BRICS as a direct threat and is pressuring allies to stay away. Threats of sweeping tariffs, 10%, even 100% if BRICS launches a rival currency, hang over countries like Turkey. Turkey, deeply tied to the US and Europe, is especially vulnerable to American economic retaliation. This pressure has made Ankara more cautious about its BRICS ambitions. Trump's America First approach leaves little room for fence-sitting. You're either with the US or against it. Other BRICS hopefuls, from Saudi Arabia to Nigeria, are also feeling the heat. For Turkey, the cost of pivoting east is higher than ever. The decision is no longer just about economics. It's a geopolitical gamble. The world is watching to see if Ankara will risk Washington's wrath for a seat at the BRICS table. Will Turkey, or any European nation, actually join BRICS? For now, only Turkey is seriously considering it. EU members are unlikely to make such a radical move, but Turkey's case remains open. India's opposition and NATO ties block the path, but diplomacy is always in motion. Even partner country status could be a stepping stone for Ankara. If Turkey joins BRICS, it would be a symbolic blow to the West and a win for the multipolar world. NATO's unity would be shaken, and Europe's policy toward Turkey would be exposed as a failure. The global balance of power is shifting. Old alliances are being tested, and new ones are forming. Turkey's BRICS ambitions have already changed the conversation. The world order is not fixed. We're living through historic change. The choices made today in Ankara, New Delhi, and Washington will shape the world for generations.